if you're a SoFi investor, you should get ready. If you are new to it, I think you should think about, SoFi. You should do a little bit of your own research about it, because SoFi is about to go crazy. Today, they came up with an earnings that blew everything over the water. The stock exploded today, surging over 16%, as the company dropped what can only be described as a blowout second quarter earnings. The question on everybody's mind is this the start of the next big run for SoFi? Or is this fintech darling getting too hot to handle? Of course, after hours, they issued 1.5 billion common stock. So the stock is down about 6% in after hours. But, most companies do this when they come up with a blowout quarter like SoFi did. And especially if, for a company the size of SoFi, it was expected. So let's get straight into the numbers, because they are staggering. SoFi didn't just beat expectation, they shattered them. The company posted a record adjusted revenue of 858 million for the last quarter. That's about 44% jump from last year, and way ahead of what analysts were predicting. But the real headline in the earning is the profit. SoFi delivered its 7th straight quarter of GAAP profitability, with the net income soaring over incredibly 458%. 458% increase in profit. That's about 0.08 cents per share, which the expectation was about 6 cents. So why the massive celebration on Wall Street? Why did SoFi go up as much as 18% at some point today? First, the growth engine, right? SoFi added a record 850,000 new members. 850,000 new members for just one quarter, right? That's incredible for a company the size of SoFi to get 850,000 new members in just one quarter, right? Second is the bank charter, right? Which is their superpower. Nearly 90% of their deposit came from direct deposit members. 90% came from direct deposit members, which give them access to incredibly cheap money. People are just putting money in their savings account, which banks use to do investment and pay almost nothing on it as on return, because regular savings account gives you 0.01% return, right? So the third one is the diversification, which is paying off. The financial service part of their business more than doubled its revenue. This isn't just a lending company anymore. SoFi is no longer a company that give loans and student loans and credit cards and that. Right now, it's a fully fledged financial one-stop shop, right? SoFi is now, you look at Robinhood, how Robinhood is diversifying, moving from the old Robinhood that we know, buying stock and this, to offering the Robinhood Gold, the cryptos and buying Bitstamp and all those kind of stuff. That's exactly what SoFi is doing, but in a different way, but management they are not celebrating, right? They are not celebrating. They are doubling down. They are betting themselves to beat the expectation again. That's the most incredible part of all this, because they raised their full year guidance, guys. They raised the guidance, which is incredible, right? Now, next quarter, the expectation is higher, and they are betting themselves to beat it. That's incredible. That's incredible. In a bold move, right after the report, they announced a 1.5 billion stock offering. 1.5 billion stock offering, which is the reason why the stock is down right now. In after hours, it's down about 6% at the time of recording. But that's just a way of raising money so that they can keep expanding and building on the success that they are having right now. So there is nothing to be alarmed of if you see the stock going down, stock offering. This is not a penny stock. This is not a junk stock. This is a well-thought company on its way to who knows where, right? Because SoFi, by the end of the year, should be around $50 by the end of the year. SoFi, all things being equal, should be around $50. So what is it? Is it a buy now? Is it a sell? Is it a hold? The buy case is, to me, is simple. You are investing in a company with explosive, sustainable growth. They've had this growth quarter after quarter after quarter for more than 5 quarters straight. So you are not just gambling your money, you are putting your money into a company with a proven record, right? Their profit model is proven, and they have a clear vision to become among the top 10 financial institutions in the country. So the momentum is undeniable. The momentum is undeniable. But now, let's say you bought SoFi during the times when it was around $8. Do you sell now? Because if you had $8, you bought SoFi at $8 right now, and right now it's around 20. After hours, I was about around 21 bucks. Do you sell? Do you hold? Do you keep buying? The answer is it depends. It depends on your portfolio. It depends on your strategy, and it depends on how you see the company going, right? But me personally, if I bought SoFi at $8 right now, after this, I would take some off, right? I would take some off, a little bit, to reward yourself, put some money in your pocket, to reward yourself and let the rest ride. But the stock is not cheap, right? It's not cheap. If anybody's telling you SoFi is cheap, SoFi is not cheap, because right now it's trading at over 50 times its earnings. That's the truth that you need to know. SoFi is trading at 50 times its earnings. So it's not cheap. The good news is that the price might already be priced in, right? The Wall Street know what they are doing. If you look at companies like Palantir, which is trading around 150 times its revenue, it's Wall Street is not stupid. They don't just give money away. They see something in SoFi. That's why they are buying. And if they are buying, I don't see why you should sit on the side. But if anybody tells you SoFi stock is cheap, it's not cheap. It's trading 50 times its earnings right now. And for those who want to sell, you have a point. I mean, again, if you bought SoFi at $8, more than double your money. Selling is but again, I wouldn't sell all of it. I'll sell some and let the rest ride. If it drops, you can add more to it. If it keeps going, you can keep trimming, and then you keep going. So what should we expect next from SoFi after this crazy run? It's been running from $14 all the way to today, hit about 24 and change. So what should we expect from SoFi going forward? If anything, if the pre-market, the after hours is any indication, to me, there will be a pullback, right? Right now it's down about 6% right now. I wouldn't buy right now. I would give it a little bit time to consolidate, right? I'll give it a little bit time to consolidate. Let the stock settle down. Just look at the price action, the technicals. The fundamentals are great. There's nothing wrong there. But the technicals, because today it went all the way up and then it hit the highs of 2022. And then it just came straight back down. That's around, $24, $25 there. And that's the highs of 2021, 2022. It touched that and it quickly retreated just like it's done in a couple of times. When it reaches that point, it always comes down. So what I will do is I will wait a little bit, let it settle down. And then after that, you can just start building your position. Give it at least a week, right? Tomorrow, this week, we have the Fed decision coming up. We have the non-farm payroll coming up Friday. So I will give it a little bit of time, right? Give it a little bit of time, let it settle down after the earnings. Let people be taking profits, let them take the profit. And I'll give it a little time to consolidate and you start building if you are interested in SoFi. But based on what just happened today with SoFi, there's no doubt that Wall Street is very happy with the stock. Absolutely no doubt. So what's your move on SoFi? Let me know in the comment section. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more market analysis as we keep going. And then I'll see you next time. Take care.